You Were Right unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyoncé during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. And we apologise to Jay-Z and Beyoncé.
All right, man. So Jay-Z and Beyoncé sent cease and desist to Piers Morgan platform. He has a big platform on YouTube. Just a little recap. So Jaguar Wright was invited to the show. She made some serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyoncé.
For 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter. This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching through our culture and our society for decades. It must stop.
There's been obviously a lot of
cruelty-free artistry.
Right. There's been a lot of rumor mill about what has happened in the rap world. A lot of allegations that the misogyny in the lyrics clearly was based on a general misogyny towards women away from the music. And that clearly seems to have been borne out by these charges against Diddy, which if he's found guilty of all this, he's never coming out of prison. How dangerous do you think...
Thank God.
How dangerous do you think he is as a person?
I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met. A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucian Grange. He was selected to be the demon that he is, to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to rape it for all of its precious jewels. We have too many lost. The list of lost is ridiculous. And everyone knows Diddy was selected for this job. He's the Judas.
Do you think that if he's cornered in the way that he's been now, that he may start revealing things about other people?
He has no choice. His ego and his drug addiction won't allow him to do anything different. Anybody who thinks he's not going to talk is crazy. It means that the people who have been protecting him all along, who put him in position to be such a horror to the Black community.
So to me, I don't think he has to apologize because he didn't even ask her anything about Beyonce or Jay-Z. Jaguar Wright brought her herself. She brought her herself. She wasn't even asked anything about Beyonce and Jay-Z. She just started talking about it. She believes whatever she said was right. That's on her. I don't think that's anything to do with Piers Morgan. I get it at the same time because, you know, he owns the platform. He has a responsibility to vet whoever comes on the platform, but he does not control what people have to say on the platform. So to me, all right, you sent a cease and desist. You want me to remove that part from the podcast. Bro, I'm not going to remove it. I did not say anything about it. By the way, the part's still there. Has not been removed yet. It's taking its time, but it's still there though. But to me, I'm like, bro, I'll be like, all right, I respect that. You know, honestly, I don't see anything wrong that Jay-Z did or Beyonce did. Yeah, they have the right to defend themselves. You know, if somebody's saying something about your name that's not right, the best thing to do, take them to court or, you know, go by the law, right? So they sent the cease and desist, which is fine. I don't see anything wrong with it. But for you to ask them to remove that part, I get it. You're trying to protect your reputation, but the main target should not be Piers Morgan, because Jagger Wright has said the same thing on different platforms. This is not the only platform she said those type of things, those allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce. She has been talking about it for years now. So if anything, you're going to be sending cease and desist to almost all the platform, all YouTubers. Or maybe they don't care much because those YouTubers are not as big as Piers Morgan. But I think the main target should be Jagger Wright. I believe, or I would assume that maybe they sent it to Jagger Wright as well. But maybe they did not, because Jagger Wright knows something. I don't know. I'm not saying whatever she said was right or was wrong, but you never know. Only the court gonna prove it. But the way she's talking, it seems like she's confident. She knows what she's saying, or she believes in what she's saying. So Piers Morgan, to me, I don't think he should apologize, even though he has the responsibility. He owns the platform. But it's like, bro, yeah, I bring the people to talk on the platform. I know I have to vet them, all that, but I don't control what they say. That's not my fault. The best thing to do, come on the platform, respond to those allegations, defend yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with it. That's the best thing I'll do. I'll be like, yo, bro, yeah, come on the platform, bring your wife, whatever. If you don't want to talk, I know you're too big for that. Bring your lawyer to defend you guys. But this is not looking good for Jay-Z. It's not looking good, because it seems like, yo, karma is a biatch for real. If allegedly, let's say if JD has done those things, eventually he might face the music. Eventually. If he has done some of them, eventually he might face the music. I cannot confirm anything because I never seen anything. I don't know anything. But it's like, that's how it starts. It's how slowly. They bring you slowly. But I'm glad he's defending himself. That's the best thing to do. But the main person to stop here should be Jagger Wright. I would not be surprised if in the next few days, we find out that Jagger Wright will serve a cease and desist letter, or, they have to take her to court based on things that, she has been saying. But they might not do it, because if she has some proofs, though, because she has been in the industry for a long time, if she knows she has some proofs, though, that might just mess up like everything. That might just put the spotlight on Jay-Z and Beyonce if they really, really have done those shit that they have been accused of, or according to Jagger Wright. So that's my point. So now they have to cut off the interview. It's like, man, I think the fact that, here's the thing, the fact that they even sent a cease and desist letter putting a gas in the fire. So they're making it even worse. I get it. At the same time, they're trying to clear their names out there. But at the same time, now people going to be like, whoa. All right. They're getting affected. Because for Jagger Wright, that's a W. She's like, yo, all right. They heard it. They seen it. Okay, I'm going to keep bringing them. I'm going to keep talking about it more. That's what I see it, man. That's what I see. It's like, yo, now you're trying to defend yourself. But at the same time, you're making the issue bigger than it was. I'm pretty sure right now they've been talking, they're calling lawyers, everybody. Oh, by the way, speaking on celebrities, A-list celebrities, if y'all remember, the lawyer based in Texas, Tony Buzbee, who's actually working on alleged victim of Diddy. He has about over 120 victims that they're doing like a class lawsuit. That's how they call it, class lawsuit. He received about 12,000 calls.
How big are these names that we're talking about?
Yeah, people are very interested in that. Of course, that comment has been repeated back to me, as you might imagine, many times. And people are, waiting with bated breath, hoping that I'm going to name these big celebrity names. But I can tell you this: I look at it in this context. If you attended one of these events, and we're talking about, we've heard about the white party and the freak offs and the after parties, but there's also, impromptu parties at studios, after parties from concerts, album release parties, hotel parties. I mean, the list goes on and on. But in my view, if you attended those and you saw or knew that somebody was being given drugs, that their drinks were being drugged, and you sat by and either participated in some of this activity or encouraged this activity or allowed it to go on and helped cover it up, or were in the room while it was happening and said nothing and did not intervene, and perhaps attended more of these parties knowing that this type of conduct was going to occur, it's my view, that may not be the criminal justice system's view, but it's certainly my view that you're complicit. And we intend to name people in these lawsuits. We're not going to do it in interviews. We're not going to do it, without doing our due diligence, because obviously, these types of allegations are very hurtful to people if they're not true, and very hurtful, frankly, if they are true. But if they're true, you shouldn't have been in the room and you shouldn't have been participating. So I anticipate that we're going to start filing lawsuits, and it may not be big names at first, but we have a long list of names. And you might imagine in situations like this, that when a victim tells us that this person was in the room or this person participated, we want to do as much due diligence as humanly possible before we file that case. Because in the United States, in almost every state, public filings are in fact public. And, when you name somebody in a lawsuit, the press is going to pick it up, and we're aware of that. So we're going to make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's. And I expect that there will be some people named in these lawsuits that will raise some eyebrows.
Are we talking about names as big as Diddy potentially?
I expect so. I expect so.
Allegedly, there are some Diddy's celebrities friends are settling in private because Tony Buzbee said that he was going also to, he's working on filing the lawsuit, right? And in the lawsuit, he's going to name those celebrities. People participate in Diddy's alleged freak-offs, or, sexual abuse, or sex trafficking, things of the nature. So he's working on it, and they heard it. Some of them allegedly cannot prove it. Rumor has it, allegedly, they are settling in private because they know the storm is coming. Diddy's not going down by himself, though. Diddy gonna bring down a lot of people if he does go down. But another thing about the Diddy case, one thing in the Diddy case is a little fishy to me. Diddy is charged of racketeering conspiracy, right? That's the called RICO case. Usually, I'm not in law enforcement. I don't know much about law enforcement, but based on little things that I know, little information that I know, usually when they do the RICO case, they usually arrest multiple people, at least 2 people, I would say. But there hasn't been anybody else beside Diddy. Diddy is the only one who has been arrested. So I'm just wondering, are they just trying to shake Diddy, or are they really doing for real? Because more people should be arrested, though. Why is only Diddy? Or they're taking their sweet time, though. In the Young Thug's case, they arrested a lot of people at the same time. Like 20 people got arrested, if I'm not mistaken. Between 10 to 20 people got arrested at the same time as Young Thug, or around the same time. Not the same time, but maybe around the same time. So for the Diddy case, I'm like, they're taking their sweet time. What is happening here? Are they gonna get all the people, or they just trying to shake Diddy and he's gonna be out? But this case has been up and down. At the beginning, some of us lost hope. We felt like, the fate ain't coming from, they ain't coming for Diddy. Diddy's gonna be freed. We had a lot of doubts, and now Diddy's incarcerated. Now they got a new judge. Oh, by the way, on the last the video that I made about the judge, I say that the judge got removed, but that was, I read it through CNN, but apparently the judge actually removed himself due to conflict of interest. So he didn't want to work on high profile cases. So he just removed himself. It was nothing about like, law enforcement decided to remove him. No, he actually removed himself. He didn't want to work on Diddy's case. So that's just a little rectification I wanted to make. I read your comments. Some people, put in the comments. So thank you for that. This we all learn at the same time sometimes. But that's about it, man. We just gonna wait and see, man.